Sounds good. If you guys got a cell phone or something make some noise, can please put that on silence. The goal to share some life-changing information. When I say that, I really mean that. We are really excited today, okay? In a nutshell, it feels like we're going to talk about a company and opportunity. We've been up and running for the last 7 years, but there has been a rebirth and a renewing where it basically feels like we're a ground for opportunity again, which is a good thing. Because who here believes opportunity is about timing? I know. We talk about Google. You know, I know Isaiah works and badges for Google. I was hanging out with someone the other day. He was telling me a story of how he knew one of his friends that was working for Google when it was still not the Google that we knew it today. You know? And I was asking, well, how will this guy do? He was very, very humble. He's like, he's retired. He's living it up, you know? So timing is a really, really big thing. And you guys are here today because your friend saw that you could go out there and benefit from a big opportunity right now out of everyone that they knew. You know, however long, I think Lily just met Heidi today, right? And out of everybody that Lily knows, saw that potential. I had an opportunity the other day. Glad to see you out here. These guys are hardcore. They work a graveyard shift. So I'm assuming they're working after this. Today's your day off. All right, good. Okay, sweet, you know? And that's inspiring, man. You can definitely tell. When it comes to being successful, one of the very first things you need to do is you do need to work hard. I think we understand that. There's a saying, you can't float uphill. You know? Exactly, you know? But what I want to talk about today is how to work smart out there. I know. So, of course, we want to go out there and talk about what ARX is all about. I know, of course, Leslie, we've met before as well, too. But there's a new opportunity on what we're talking about today, all right? But before we get into all the goodness, is it okay if I introduce myself real quick so we're not complete strangers? All right. My name is James. Haven't met you already. Hello. Nice to meet you guys. That is my lovely other half. Actually, she's more like 90%, and I'm like 2%, you know? She is true of the brains, you know? When she came into my life got orderly. You know, it started to make sense, you know? And welcome here. We're excited to share with you what's going on. But long story short, prior to this industry, I came from a really traditional background. I don't know if you guys can relate to me. My parents are immigrants from China, and my dad was like a farmer, you know? And he came with the mentality of just go to school, study hard, and graduate, and life's going to be set for you. I know. I didn't really have much other options. It was either do that or get like deported back to China. So I decided, no, they didn't want that mean, you know, but of course we all want to go out there. Who here, if you can make your family proud of what you become, would want to be able to do so, you know? And so I worked hard at it. You know, that's all I knew. And I was a nerd. I was on the Counter-Strike play. You know, I worked hard at the school and very fortunate. I went out to UC Berkeley. I was studying biology over there, trying to be a doctor. And I thought everything was set for me. And all of a sudden you start to realize life does not work exactly like that. You know, these days it's more so about who you know, not just what you know. You know, and while I was going through school, who here agree? Number one, school is expensive and cost of living is expensive. Books, everything's expensive, you know? So here it was. I just wanted to go out there. I wanted to make some income for myself so I didn't have to be as dependent on my family. Who here would want to be financially free from your family, you know? Even better, give back to the family, you know? And I was looking for different opportunities. What do you do when you're a shy, nerdy Asian kid, when you have no work experience, you know? It's kind of hard to get a job when you go out there have no experience before, you know? So I was looking around in many different places, and all of a sudden, one random day, I was 19 years old, I get a phone call that changes my life. My buddy was super ecstatic. He's like, man, you got to check this opportunity out. You got to meet these people I met. He was telling me stories of people that he had met that were in their 20s that were making 6- and 7-figure incomes. And, yeah, and I was just like, first question literally was, is this legal? You know, I'm not even kidding you, you know? And he said yes, and I'm like, all right, that's all I need. Let's go check this out. Next thing you know, I'm in a car ride for almost 2 hours through traffic to Sacramento, California. And I'll be honest, I was not a happy camper, you know? I felt like I got kidnapped. I felt like I was being dragged into something, you know? I ended up in a house like this. It was a little bit bigger. A bunch of people dressed up in black suits, all hyped up and excited. And I'll be honest, I was like, dude, I got brought down to a cult meeting or something, you know? I'm not going to do some weird ritual or anything, you know? But I couldn't leave because my buddy drove me, you know? And I'm glad that I went, though, because was, what eventually happened is I listened to what they were saying that day, and they were saying a lot of logical things that just made sense. They were talking about success, you know, and who here is here today because you want to increase in your level of success in your life, you know? And one thing they said was, James, usual way, usual pay. Usual way, usual pay. If you do exactly what everyone else does, you end up making exactly what they make. And the way I looked at it was, let's be honest, average way does not look like, or average pay does not look like it's paying a lot these days. You know, who here wants to get paid above average? You know, so that was crazy. You know, they taught me a lot about business. They said, James, if you truly want to be financially successful, understand profits are better than wages. You got to find a way to become your own entrepreneur these days. You know, and long story short, I could tell these guys were successful. They were college dropouts, but they were making crazy amounts of income, you know? And I was just like, you know what? I don't know if I can do this at all because I had no experience, but if I can just hang around these people, maybe they can teach me. And they gave me an opportunity to start to work. And I was just like, what is there to lose? But nothing to lose, you know? And I got started in that crazy thing. I was a full-time student. I had my fraternity stuff. I had a girlfriend. That's like another full-time job, you know? And I fit this in, you know? I had part-time hours, but I was intense with those hours. If you want to be successful in the gym, it's not about spending boatloads of time in the gym. It's about the hours you spend in it. Are you intense with it? Does that make sense? And you know what I'll tell you is I was just hungry to learn. I just grabbed it by the horns, you know? I wanted to learn everything. They said that if you learn, then you will earn. And I know, so I started to learn all the skills. Within a couple of months, I turned from the Shiner to Asian. I was doing presentations. You know, they weren't that good, but I started to do them, you know. I started to grow out my comfort zone. I started to change a lot. And as you start to change, your income starts to change. You know, it was completely different. Hey, Mike. Hello, hello. Also a fellow student at UK. I know. But yeah, the income started to change. And I wasn't in it for a fortune, but it paid enough for part-time. It paid more than any other part-time job would do. You know, I could pay for my own stuff. I never had to ask the parents for money, you know. I was able to live life and enjoy. But you know what happened is, who here has ever had something that happened in your life that just changed the way you look at things? You know, life sometimes hits you. And what hit me was I got my first real job. All right, if you remember your first real job, it's exciting at first. You make your own money. And you're like, I can use this and go buy stuff, you know? And all of a sudden, probably around 2 to 3 months in, you start to realize, man, this job should not pay enough. Coworkers that aren't as good as you, they're getting paid more than you know. You start to realize, man, I am more valuable than just this. And I realized the value of $1, and I said, you know what, maybe I can go out there and put in a little bit more than this. So I was working full-time at the job, part-time here. I remember what changed my life, like in the day, part-time here, I made more than my full-time job. And since that day, I'm jobless. I started to realize your personal value is so much greater than anyone could ever pay you. I'm talking about even a 6-figure income. If someone pays you that, it's really not that much for the Bay Area, you know? And after that day, we just ran hard. We ran hard. I'll tell you this, if you want to be truly successful in anything, you got to be obsessed, you know? And when I started to see that, I'm like, dude, let's go all out with this. We literally lived, breathed, and ate this. You know, we woke up, we hit the ground running, we did everything that we could. We did make some sacrifices, I'll be honest. But you know what happened? In a course of a couple of years, it totally paid off. By 25 years old, we got to a point where I remember driving off the lot in my first ever exotic car. And I know, if you watch Iron Man, it was the car that he got. You know, and I remember thinking to myself, really, I was like, I'm scared to crash this right now, you know? And it was ridiculous, you know, married the love of my life, you know, a couple years later, moved into her dream home, traveled around the world. Life can change very quickly if you put in an intense amount of effort in a short amount of time. You know, I did graduate from Berkeley. I still have my other stuff, but this paid so much more. I just didn't ever want to do anything else with that, you know? So why are we here today? Because this company now, I'm so excited. If you were to do the same thing that you did to have that type of growth, because of the timing right now, I will bet you will double, if not triple, the amount of speed and growth that we had in the beginning. Timing is so much better. And I know momentum is a very important thing to do, you know? And this week is a very, very important week. We are literally going out there and starting to pioneer this. We're looking for those core people to really train up and really mentor in this. We know that what we got going on works. It is proven, it is tested. And I'll go over some of that as well too. What I cannot control is your own personal ambition. And I don't want to control that as well too. So if you bring what you want to the table, we bring what we bring to the table, and we play team on it, we can be a part of it. I know. So that being said, it's okay if I go over what ARX is exactly. The first thing I learned is you got to make sure you pick the right opportunity. You can work hard. If it's in the wrong place, it doesn't matter. Isaiah was telling about his experience. He was working in a company back home, and it was bad management, for example. You know, he jumped ship, which is wise, you know, got other opportunities. So number one, you want to make sure that you're in the right industry. Warren Buffett, I think he's the third richest guy in the world. All right. I like to study very successful people because if you do what they do, you make what they make. All right. Now, I don't care for billion, I'll take it, you know, but one thing he said is this, that with whatever you're passionate about, who here is passionate personally right now, you know? I love education. I love video games, you know? But what he said is this, with whatever you're passionate about, make that a hobby. With whatever the world is passionate about, make that your business. And that makes sense, all right? So what's the world passionate about? We look at trends, okay? This is kind of crazy. The top 3 leading killers right now in the United States are actually heart disease, cancer, and medical errors. Basically, things that are preventable. You know, 80% of heart attacks and strokes are preventable. Can I ask this question? Who here is a family member or friend that has been afflicted with some type of degenerative illness before? Cancer, heart attack, anything, you know? Everyone. That's preventable, right? And why are we talking? That's a big trend. Hey, straight up, who here, if you can help out your family with their health, would want to be able to do so? You know? And the other thing is this, it's not like it's getting any better. If you guys have younger nieces, nephews, and grandchildren, you know, their lifestyle is so different than what ours was. You know? Back in the day, you go outside, you actually go play. You know? You do something. Right now, you get buff thumbs. You know? And that's, yeah, it's not a good thing. To the point, 1 in 3 children today will live shorter lives than their parents. That's the trend. Why? If you look at trends and then you find ways to solve those problems, you got an opportunity. How big is this trend? All right. Do you think $3.7 trillion is a pretty big number? I think that's enough to feed all of us. Yeah. And it's like that now, but it's continuing to grow. Okay. So who here would agree? Health and wellness, big trend to be a part of. I know. And it's cool. It's cool, right? The second thing, pick the right management team. Pick the right partners. Back to Isaiah, he told us that he had bad management, basically. All right, and they were ripping him off. That's not cool. All right, I want to build something that can last a lifetime. I want to build a legacy, something that not only feeds myself and my future kids and my future kids. I know. Why ARX and why right now? You are so lucky to see this now. When me and Becky got started in the beginning, there wasn't even this. There wasn't even this, a banner, you know, an idea, you know? So what's great is you're seeing this company, we have grown out of 7 years, 42% on average every single year. With this last year ending at $220 million. But the goal is to be well with over 10 billion. And the growth curve, this type of curve only comes once in a company's history. And we totally believe all the signs are pointing that the next 2 to 3 years are going to be that time. And I'll be honest, right now, hey, I'm down to work hard when I need to work hard. I am working the hardest I have in my entire life. But you know what? It's fun to work hard when you know it's for your own dreams. You know? Robert Kiyosaki is a big guy. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a best-selling personal finance book. He said this, why work so hard for someone else's multi-million-dollar dream? You gotta work hard and work for your own, you know, for your own family and stuff, you know? So why do I bring that up? Because we're down to work like that. I'm literally up every day at 6 a.m. and I sleep at like midnight. I'm just working, you know? That's just it. But we're excited about it, you know? If you like international stuff, we're actually in over 22 countries, all over the place. So you wouldn't mind traveling a couple places eventually, you know? That'd be a lot of fun. So we're just talking about right here though, right? Prior to you coming here today, I'm assuming you probably haven't heard too much about ARX before. It's small. Dude, this room is ARC's Bay Area. You know, we have a lot of customers that love the products, but when it comes to those that are expanding the company, this is it. I think the Bay Area, the last I heard, didn't you know there's 7.5 million people in the Bay Area. That means we can each have 1 million. It's like, we're okay. So the management, they know what they're doing. We're going to hear a lot from them real soon. They have built 2 other companies that both became $1 billion before. So we've been there and done that. Okay. So last but not least, we need to talk about the product. All right. And once again, I learned from very successful people. The founder of Patron Tequila, who is also the same founder of Paul Mitchell, the shampoo line. He's worth $5 billion. Okay, I was watching your interview. I'm like, dude, that's a freaking genius right there. You know, I'll take 1% of that. You know, 0.1% of that. And he said that he was asked, like, how do you become successful as an entrepreneur? And his answer was very solid. He said, find a product that is, number one, the highest quality in that industry. And number 2 is if you sell a car, you gotta sell one every, I don't know, one client might buy. If you're crazy about cars, you know, but still. But you want to find something that goes out there every single month. Okay. So you also want to find who makes the products, right? We all want to be a part of a company like Apple when Steve Jobs was there, or Tesla when Elon Musk is there. Deanna is like the Elon and the Steve Jobs of this company. Okay. Why Deanna, and what's so big about her? She is someone that had a huge industry experience when it came to health and wellness. Used to teach at SF State, actually, health and nutrition. Okay. Then she was a very, very big speaker for colleges, also for many professional sports athletes like NFL players, usually baseball players, all of these companies. She was professionally paid around $10,000 an hour just talking about this. Dude, I know. How much would you talk, Isaiah, if you got paid $10,000 an hour? Oh, there you go. Seriously. And then I record myself and just have to keep on talking. You know, it's like, this is huge. This is huge. And why did she come to the table here? Because she saw the other founders formulating this national idea. And she said, let's make it work. Right? What are we? She's in charge of all our products. And number one, she does not compromise on quality. If you've noticed the companies that stand the test of time today, they're the ones that stand. Okay, going back to the Patron. Did you know when Patron first came out, it was 4 times more expensive than the competing tequilas? And people that were hating were like, you ain't going to sell that because it costs so much more. But it was more expensive because it's more premium grade stuff. All right, but people bought it. And of course, Patron is what it is today. You know, so she does not compromise on quality, which is a big thing. Okay, and to put it into some writing, these are all. Gosh, you can spend days just looking at all this. Lily, did you go to the manufacturing facility when you were out there? Oh, Lily, she actually went out there. She won. She was the #1 top performer out of probably 10 to 20,000 people in all of the United States. You know, and she got shipped out to corporate, all airfare paid for, lodging paid for, and $1,000 bonus, which is really cool. You know, just for sharing this. You know. And he went to the actual, or the manufacturers came out to them and was sharing how they actually make this. And I know, and isn't it different actually with them? I'm assuming that Brent Rock. Yes, that's nice. I know. You're talking about high quality stuff that have attracted many, many different medical professionals. You know, Pam back there, she is very humble, but she is a freaking badass in her career. You know. She was not just a nurse. She was the manager of nurses in a very big, the biggest HMO. That's what it is. All right. She's freaking intense. She has stuff that she has introduced to the hospital system that people use. You know, it's like, it's huge. You know, she's actually, did you apply for this yet? Oh man, we got to get you into this, you know. Seriously, I know. I'm just going to Photoshop you in here, you know, seriously. No, but it's huge, you know, and I want to make sure, especially within your body. Wouldn't you want to make sure it's quality out there? I know. So to the point, all the products I'm going to share with you guys today They're actually, there's a 100% money back guarantee on all of them. All right. Now, people very rarely get a refund because it's good stuff. You know, so let me go out there and go over some of the lines. If you want to learn more, first thing I recommend, go see what's called a sample party. All right. I know, of course, Frank just set one up, which was a lot of fun. You know, I know Mark was there, Isaiah was there. Mark set one up actually for tomorrow. So we're going out to Manteca. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, you know. Lily and Pam do these all the time. I know Andrew kills it with these, you know. They're so simple because when you have something good, you're not scared to share it. I know. I don't like to sell. I don't think anyone likes to sell, meaning push, you know, and kind of like convince, you know. But if you're passionate about something, you know you got the best, you just share. And people, they recognize. You know, they're like, wow, all right. So can I go through just a couple of the products that we have so far? Yes. All right. Very soon, we're probably going to have another here. That's what we're going to talk about this Saturday. If you want to be a little bit adventurous, come down with us. We're going to this huge event called Super Saturday. All right. These will change your life because you're going to be around other 6-figure, 7-figure earners. You're going to learn from the best and pick their brain. You're going to walk out. You won't be able to sleep yet. You know, it's going to be good. All right. But let me give you some details of what's going on. All right. So a couple lines. Our sexiest line, our NutriFund line. You know, supplements are important. You know why they're important as a business? Something you use every single day. Okay. And something people always need to be on. All right. It's a huge industry. And we know environment, obviously, is more polluted now. And the food isn't the same as it was before. Okay. So because of that, we're dealing with a market of 70%. Okay, that's a lot of people. That's like out of 3 people, 2 of them use a vitamin or something. Okay, so we don't want to convince the 30%. We just want to talk about the 70%. What are they using? Do they know what they're using? Is there something better? Yeah. How do you show that? Well, there's different levels out there. Teach and train. It's very simple, right? It's kind of like a Honda and a Lamborghini. 2 totally different cars. You know? Both cars. Not the same though, you know? RDA vitamins, which are most of the ones on the shelf, are different from ODA, which is what RX goes by. All right? To show you the difference, we just do this little apple test. What happens when you take open an apple, you cut it open, you leave it out? Yeah, exactly. I know. These are was bio now, you know. Exactly. It was wise. Escape. You know. But we have so we talk about these, and what we did is we put it into water for control, and then we dissolved the daily dose of the Bonade, the Kirkland, the Centrum. There's our sugar. And we dunked the apple in there for 2 days, and we saw what happened to those apples. Okay. And has anyone ever seen one of these brands before? My parents used this one, you know. And the moment I saw this after 2 days, that they turned black, the first person I thought about was my mom. I went, my mom, did you see this? In fact, I did even more. I actually cut open the apple. I did it in front of them. I remember I left it on the kitchen countertop for 2 days as a science experiment, you know. Mine turned worse than this, honestly. It was weird. I'm like, how did those colors get into that, you know? And I'll tell you this, my parents have never used Kirkland. You know? I like things that are easily demonstratable. When you use it, you're going to feel a difference. You know? Talk to Lily, talk to guys. They will give you story upon story. You know, one personal testimony on our own mother-in-law. She had high cholesterol, which is probably one of the top things out there, you know. Same as Pam as well, too, actually. And she didn't want to use the medications. Because have you seen medications? Don't really always heal people. It kind of just keeps you there. So we got her just on official. And I remember she came down one day. She was so excited. Blood work. It was, what, 3 months or something? 2 months. And she said that her blood work and her cholesterol went back down to normal. And I can't say this, but it was the only thing she could do. I know. So you can help your own family member. It's going to be cool. Family, they're in the program, and they're using it now as we speak, which is super cool. Did your dad start yet? Oh, nice. There we go. Be fun, you know. What did he start on? This one's very popular. Who here knows someone that could afford to lose maybe like 5 pounds? you know? And this also helps with bulking as well too, clean bulking, you know? So Slenderize seriously is like a big X factor. You want to find something that catches people's attention that is truly unique. And it's these drops. You just put them in your tongue 3 times a day. It helps you target tells your body to eat the fat rather than the carbs and the protein for energy. All right. But imagine you tell someone you can lose half a pound a day, eat food, and not need the exercise. What do you think the response would be? I know exactly, right? Show me, you know? It's a very simple conversation. This is a loss of 100 pounds in 7.5 months. Can't even exercise. She's down to a wheelchair. You'll meet her on Saturday, actually, you know? John, he's actually out here in San Jose. The typical dad bod. You know? Go home and poke your dad in the gut today, you know? In 1 month, gave a food baby birth, you know, like 20 pounds. For those of us that just want to get more shredded, Jason went out there 6-pack and 8-pack in just 1 month. Andrew just used this. Actually, in a month, gained what, 8 pounds? 8 pounds of clean muscle. He went from his chest being smaller than his gut to his chest being bigger than his gut. It was cool, you know? Who here has used this for the Sunrise program? You know, it's effective. You know, Lily, how much did you lose again? Okay, there we go. And went out there and lost 36 pounds in 3 months. You know, and Pam's a grandmother. You know, my wife somehow lost, what was it, 12 pounds? It's like 11 pounds. Dang. My wife has nothing to lose. You know, I don't know what it's like. You know, I lost 125 pounds in 40 days on this. Like, this stuff, mom did, you know. But imagine something like that. It is pretty cool what it can do. All right. So of course, let's get going here. It is all certified. It is all clean, basically. The number one fear when they hear those numbers is it healthy? Yes, absolutely. You know, I would not want to lose weight any other way. And there's clinical trials on it as well. I know. So I love how it is just in paper. It is in proof. Okay. So we have that. A couple more real quick. We also have a cool filtration line. There's an air filter. Mark is now by the cleanest air in the entire world right there. You know, if you have asthma, allergies, pets, you know. That's also a water filtration. Okay, and you guys are seeing this at a good time because they actually just cheapened this by like 30%. Man, it must be nice, you know. This is something they say shoes, keys, purity, go, because it's something you always grab with you. Yeah, you always have your cell phone, your keys. You know, I think Adam Sandler had a funny song that he put out. I forget his phone, wallet, keys. Mark, you know what I'm talking about? No, gosh, man. All right, it was like a Saturday Night Live thing. Never mind. But purity is one of those things. Okay. And let me show you a cool little demo of what this can do. So this one out there. We have so many videos. The more extreme ones in this. But this is the same filter. You took it to like a cement mixing thing. Filters all heavy metals, bacteria, protozoa. You just go straight through there. It comes out totally clean. Yeah. We've seen crazy stuff. Urine. There we go. I like easy to demonstrate stuff. You know, people say, James, this is hard. Can you drink out of a water bottle? You know, I remember Lily had a client that was specifically looking just for a water bottle. Ended up coming in, taking $2,000 about everything. You know, these are good door opener products. You know, so of course, when it comes down to it, you take a look. It's also certified and tested to the point that Navy SEALs are using this as we speak. It is a powerful thing. Okay. How much is a bottle of water when you go out there? You get the Kansas. Dang, man, I need to hang up. You know, one of these filters almost 100 gallons worth of water, actually. And when you break it down, now it's actually cheap. It's probably like 7 cents per bottle of water compared to like a block. So out of the 7 billion people that live in the world, last I checked, all 7 billion use water. So if you have something that everyone needs and it's cheaper than all the other alternatives, is that a pretty big opportunity? That's huge, you know? And last but not least, we also have one of the biggest industries is personal care anti-aging. So here, know someone that cares about look. All right, we live in an Instagram society, you know? So this is a personal care line. One of the flagship products in our Juve line is this tightening serum. Okay. Now, Heidi, how long do you think it was before and after photo of this? A month. Okay. This we call Botox in a bottle, and it's not Botox, you know, but that's actually within a couple minutes. Seriously, you apply it, you can literally watch it. I think Frank was here through the other day, right? It was crazy. It was the ice, you know? Cool. All right. Demonstratable. Do you think the grandma after this is like, yeah, we'll be back? Now she's beautiful, don't get me wrong, all right, but I'm sure people want to look their best, and it's healthy, you know. Everything in here, it's so natural to the point, curcumin, fermented radish root to the point you can eat this if you wanted to. You know, I like that, and it's proven. Okay, to the white papers, you can't get much better than 100% improvement, right? So, why do I bring this up? All the research is out there, all the papers are out there, stuff is out there. Let's ask this question, just this brief overview on some of the. I even talk about the essential oils we have. I even talk about a personal care. I even talk about the one that's about to be launched. You know, so why did I bring this up? Because out of all of these, who here even saw a product you personally wouldn't mind going up and using it yourself? How do you what interests you the most? Nice. Very helpful. I know. And think about the people around you. I'm sure there's many as well too. Why do I bring this all up? Because first of all, no one's heard about this outside of this room, basically. Found this opportunity. With a good product, you just give it some time, it will start to spread. And it spreads fast. I know. How fast did iPhones become the thing? Back in the day, it was not iPhones. You know? When something's good and people start to catch wind on it, it gets really big. I'd rather be in the beginning of that trend rather than the tail end. Yeah? We're tired of talking about opportunity. We're here talking about how do you bolster your finances for the future. I think that's why people came here today. But first, you got to find the right opportunity. Who here can see that RX is capable of becoming a multi-billion-dollar company this week, you know? So that being said, why does this benefit you? How does it benefit you? Let's talk about money. Who here believes money is important in life? All right? And it's so crazy, I never got taught nothing about money in school. It's like a taboo topic, you know? Yeah, in my dinner table, we never talked about money. But how do you learn? How do you get it? You know, I thought money grew on college, you know? That was my perception. Some people think money comes from just working your guts out, you know? My mentor said, is that really the case? And they were making 6 figures. One of my mentors, you're going to get a chance to meet him this Saturday. This guy was a self-made millionaire by the age of 20 and a college dropout. His only job was a delivery boy. You know, it's like, and he taught me this stat. He said, what do the wealthy people actually do? Because if you do what they do, you make what they make, right? Out of 100 college grads, this has been done by the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, at the bat, there's nothing bad about an education. You know, I graduated from education. But when it comes to finances, we here would agree we should do whatever to make that as strong as possible. You know? So when it comes down to this, the first stat we talk about is wealth, which is defined as a $2 million net worth, okay, by age 65. Okay, Heidi can ask, what would you guess? Of all college grads, how many percent do you feel became wealthy by that age? 55? No, by 65. 20. Isaiah, what would you feel? These are smart people. 50%. I thought it was around 20. It's 1. Oops, millionaires. Yeah. I'm like, that sucks. But to make just enough to afford the normal home, to afford a decent car, to afford your family to survive, you know, to not live paycheck to paycheck, who here wants at least that, you know, that takes a 6-figure income. And if you really break it down, I never break down the math, you know. My mentor asked me, what do you think a lot of money is? More than what I have now. If you aim at nothing, you're going to get nothing, you know? And he said, well, a 6-figure income, didn't only 4% get that. That's 5%. That's 1 out of 20 college grads end up making a 6-figure income. You have better odds in Vegas in roulette. Don't do that, though. You know, I'm just saying. We're talking about odds, and at the end of the day, what's our goal? Use our own personal odds of getting to the 5%. You're going to work hard anyway. Might as well make sure that you and your family can enjoy the benefits from that. You know? The rest is still working by the age of 65, not because they want to, but because they have to. Now, I believe work is a very important part of a good life, to be productive. Some people think, I'm just going to work hard, go chill on a beach, pina coladas all day. I'll tell you, do that for a month, you're going to be fat, first of all. You know, you will not be happy. You know, but we all have work that we're designed to do. Okay, there's things you're passionate about, but sometimes it can't pay bills. So you want to work hard on the things that you need to do until you can afford the things that you want to do. All right. The rest are actually a big majority of this. Almost 30% passed away. They didn't make it. And one issue is heart disease. You know, and heart disease number one cause stress. And what are you stressed about in life? Oh yeah, dude. Financial stress is a different type of stress. We call it debt stress. Oh, it's not a fun thing to experience, you know. The rest are dead broke. So then paycheck to paycheck. It must fall here. And it's crazy how much finances are intertwined with livelihood, you know. I don't think money's everything, but I've lived being broke and I've lived being not broke. I'll tell you this, being not broke is happier. It's nicer. Having options is nicer. To do things not just for yourself. I think what's more fun is giving to other people, honestly. You know, I love seeing my family happy if we can give them something. I love seeing my wife happy if we give her something. But don't get me wrong, I don't mind my own stuff as well too. You know, it's like there's nothing wrong about that. But why do we? You know, the average divorce could have been saved with an extra $500 a month coming into the household. You know, my wife, unfortunately, she came from a divorce background. I think the number one thing was money issues. You know, and it's actually 50% of marriages now end up in divorce. And to think that a lot of them could have been saved with just a little bit more income, like that sounds so like sad, but that's the reality. And at the end of the day, we all come from different backgrounds. But what we can do is change up your personal future. I know. And who you want to make sure with your marriage, your family, your future, that it's rock solid. You know? And that's what drives me. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good father, you know? So why do I bring this up? We want to talk about what the 5% do and how can we start getting you into that club? Because it's not just that it's a half and half stuff. I thought I could never get there because I never knew people that were there. And then I got introduced to concepts where they basically said, if I could do it, you can do it. I know? And that's what I'm going to tell you about. The 5%, they own a business. The 95% work for the 5%. Why work so hard for someone else in multi-million-dollar dream? Dude, Bay Area is like workaholic central. If you work 40 hours, you're lazy. Honestly, you know, it's like you just barely made it. You know, and I understand working hard. But you know what? If you work hard your entire life for someone else, or just does not pay what your family needs, and you have no freedom of your time. Have you had families where they're just working all the time, no time to spend? You know? I want to bring this up because there are people that were able to work hard for a little bit, but then they have freedom. And those are the owners. I want to talk about a way where you can be an owner. can actually start getting freedom, not just a teacher lifestyle. And I don't like that. Okay? So how do you get a business? I remember I was 19 when I first got introduced to this. I, first of all, was scared to death talking to people, period. If you told me, James, you're going to do this one day, I'd be like, hell no, man. You know, I had no income. I had no job. I had no experience, you know, but they gave me an opportunity that I could start, that I could do with basically practically with little to nothing down, but have an opportunity to change the future for those that are serious. And I know, and all I did, I took it, I ran, I worked hard at it. Okay. I want to share with you guys what that is. This is just talking about how much things cost. And we agree things cost a lot. What I want to talk to you about, and this philosophy changed my life, full-time on your job, part-time on your fortune. Full-time on your job, part-time on your fortune. Where most people go is full-time on your job, part-time on another job. Part-time on eBay, part-time on DoorDash, part-time on another job. Or full-time. I've seen people do full-time at a job and full-time at another job. I'm a buddy of mine. He just did 3 back-to-back shifts. And it's like, whoa. I recognize the work ethic. But how long can you have that sustained? You know? So let's talk about a part-time fortune. I think that's a lot more exciting. Okay? So I'm going to go out there and draw here if that's okay with you guys. All right. So we have actually gone out there and we have, what I'm excited about is we're going to run you guys on a system that is proven to work. A system that took, and we took this from some top money earners out there. Learn what those successful people do. There is a woman right now in France, 20 years old, has 2 kids, broke as a joke, you know? And she went out there in less than 3 years, and not everyone does this, but went from nothing to making, she's on track to making $1 million. In less than 3 years. Dude, we've all worked hard for 3 years. You know? And honestly, it doesn't look like she worked hard, but living life. Okay? Would you be interested in learning how to do that? I am. I want to hear from you. So, how to get started. Number 1, you did this. Positive attitude. All right. There is a system here. Mine is direct reports to positive. Negative up here. It's so true. So you got some negative friends out there. All right. They're pretty negative. It's true. You know? I was very negative. That's why I was broke, you know? So that's the first thing right there. Then from there, a business takes money to make money. Average business, small business, $50,000. Average friends, this business is not that. Okay? You can go out there and find it on the okay? Have you ever spent $35 before on a meal? Especially on a date with guys. You know? That's like cheap. New Valentine's coming out. You spend $35 on a dinner for 2 people. I don't know, man. You got after that, you know? So, partially kidding, you know? But when it comes down to it, that's the cost of your business and opportunity to actually change your financial. You know, like low risk. Okay? So after you get that, what does it give you? It gives you like a Costco card. It gives you an opportunity to get the product secure at a discount. So I would recommend I use everything. You see that whole table right there? That ain't just for show. That's old products we use. And Becky put it nicely together. You know, we use the products every day. Instead of buying water, I haven't bought water for 6 years. I just use that purity filter. Didn't pay Costco all this money. You know, it just makes more sense, you know? Instead of eating breakfast, I have an amazing meal for some food. I've had one every single day for like 7 years of my life. You know? $5 a day, you know? People say, I don't got no money. Well, people, look what you spend it, you know? That's why you broke. You know, it's honestly what it is, you know? So you want to do what the successful people do, you know? So, of course, when I got started, I didn't know, you know, so much. Because I'm interested, that's making it. You know, the average person spends 2 hours a week watching television, including YouTube and all that right now. Yeah, you spend 20 hours. working on a part-time portion. I haven't had cable for 10 years now. I don't need it. That cable money to pay for that. So a lot of times just redirect some spending to what matters. I sold the TV. Now we have 2 big butts. It's like it will pay itself back. But $35 in okay. You can try some products as well too. A more common package people get is they will try maybe around 40. All right. There's some good. Try something for everything, so you can have a personal testimony. That self-story self. Okay. So if you're able to, that's definitely great. If not, try the products. Okay. And you can get more into the packages. Does that make sense? All right. Cool. Do you have your business from there? You want to know? All right. Our first goal is very simple. In any business, they sell products. In our business, we sell products. You know what's cool? You don't got to make them. You don't got to store them. You don't got to ship them. You don't have enough inventory. But you know what's good? Number one, we're going to teach you how to go wholesale to retail. Buy low, sell high. As a member, as a rep, you get 30% on everything. Okay? And it's not tough. Our first goal is to make you back rich. Do you guys know? If you don't know, don't worry. Everything on here. How long does it take you average to make back a profit? That is a good answer. Sure. It depends. That is true. It takes on average 3 to 5 years for any business to make back their investment. And 92% of businesses fail in okay? So there's risk there. All right. I've seen people make back their investment in a day. Frank went out there and made back his investment basically his first week. Okay? So how do we do it? We're going to help you go wholesale to retail. We're going to help you get better. Can I ask this question? Who here knows that you need to lose 5 to 10? You need more, you know? Are you willing to help them? Imagine. You know what's even better? You don't gotta have someone like Lily talk to them. You'd sit someone down in front of them, they will be a fanatic about the art. Hi, am I supposed to? I'm excited for Mark's sample tomorrow. How do you know? We're going to make sure they get good. All right? So, retail can actually make a good, our goal number one, make that back. Like, I'll just give you an example. Slender Rats, sell it, you will make more than your initial. That's just one. People tend to buy multiple products. We had a person go out there. We just heard this story. New rap, new teammate made. Gosh, can you imagine making in an hour and a half the average person with a part-time job would do in a day? He did that in just one sample. You know, I'm sure he's just doing his job a little bit. And this is not. Okay, we'll teach you how to do that. So get used to that, learn the product, get a good experience on it, and you want to support your customer. Make sure they do well. Okay? How do you make it just go with it? The products work if they use it. So many people. I bet you have things at home you bought you have not. You'd be surprised, okay? Then from there, you know what's going to happen? Can you imagine some of these customers? They will turn into. What do I mean by that? Imagine Mark has a weight loss. Mark loses 20 pounds in a month. Do you think Mark's going to have friends that ask him? I'm hoping Mark is a nice guy, and at that point, he doesn't get himself. They're going to share it. I know. You can imagine Mark is out there, and Mark has a buddy. He's like, bro, hook it up. All right. Mark went out there. You can imagine what Mark referred about. Now he's making retail. Okay? But can you imagine you were the friend of Mark? The company says if you never referred Mark, we wouldn't have Mark. So what's fair? They'll give you a credit. I'm not kidding. All right? Can you imagine 100 product sale? That's 100 product sale. about having a lot, do a little. And if you know the Bay Area is 7.5 million people, and you're one of the first, you don't need a million people to do it. You know? Mark is going to be excited. Mark does the same thing. Can you imagine? Mark has the will have. Oh, fuck him, you know? Girlfriend gets on me. I know. I'm speaking it into life, you know? Brings the dad on board. Can you imagine? Brings the mom on board, and then brings the. Okay? And it spreads just like that. What happens? These people travel up. Imagine you are the one in the car. You have 5,000 points. You duplicate. You get that. Okay? Then from there, can I ask this question? Who here's a buddy that you know makes more money? Hey, yes. They were trying to borrow 20 bucks from you last week. This time, instead of giving them money, you're like, let me help show you how to make some, all right? They'll be like, thank you, all right? So bring them here. Bring them here. And can you imagine this buddy is super fired up for first 2,500 points. That's very doable. What happens is you're going to make your retail sales, but then after that, you will take a look. You also take a look at the point system. At this level, you get paid at the 2,500 level. You get a cool promotion called Secret, and you get a nice paycheck for that as well. You're replacing a good part-time job. Right? And they were promoted. Imagine it's ridiculous how fast this can go. So what's your goal? Writing out these titles. If you want to make a six-figure income, go senior officer basis. We have teammates all throughout, you know, and it's very good. All right. Lily was working a corporate six-figure job before. Don't want that anymore. Now she's one of our offices, 1,000 weeks of bonus. All these other cool bonuses. Be strong, all right. You can go more. Some of us are like, that ain't enough. I know Mike wants to make over $250,000 a year. And he wants to go CEO. All right. So whatever you want, there is an opportunity. But the thing is, you will learn while you earn. I just like that there is that opportunity. Okay? So whether you want $500 a month, $5,000 a month, people can go for $100,000 a month. There's all those opportunities. And these are all normal average people that have above average ambition. That's it. And they're willing to put in that. Okay? So other than that, there's other bonuses. I won't talk too much about it, but they're pretty cool. Training, we'll talk more. You know what's cool? As you get paid, we'll break down the people. The number one response I get when our teammates get paid is they're like, how did I get paid? Have you ever got paid by your job and you're like, how did I get paid? You know, all them deductions, man. It's fun, all right? So we'll teach you how it works. You will get paid because it's the number one rated compound in the entire industry. But what we're talking about right now is timing. We're in a phase, like I mentioned, if you do the same thing that we did in the beginning of ARX now, you will grow 2 to 3 times faster. Just because of time. There's out there. All right. It's a new opportunity. It's a brand new company. We have enough systems. We have things that we have really ramped up right now. And that's why I'm really excited for those that want to run with it. You know, I love saying like, Mark, these guys are just new. They're just like, I'm just going to do this. You know? We told them, let's set up your first sample party. 6 years ago. Share this with them. Frank did it like the next couple of weeks. Mark did it as soon as we can, you know? We gotta go to Manteca, so we'll do that tomorrow, you know? That's all it takes, just to share something good. Okay? Allow us to help you guys with that. So, with that said, imagine where we're going to be in the next couple of years. Imagine you ran this part-time, you know? And you had your plan A going on, which is totally fine. But imagine as this starts to grow. I never thought that I would be doing, I thought I'd be a doctor by now. But you know what I did when I was my doctor thing going on, got the school going on, that was my plan. I was so sold on that. I ran this on the side intensely. I still did both. By the end of my college career, this paid more than what my degree would have paid. And I said, oh, this doesn't make sense. You know? My mom's like, what'd you go to do? I'm going to go sell vitamins, Mom. She didn't like that. Yeah. But she's cool with it now. go out of business. If you're real serious, real serious, okay? These are the types of events that I will teach, and I'll tell you the expectations of what it takes to succeed. I feel it's a disservice if I don't tell you what we did to where we're at. You know, it's kind of like I have some friends, they're super buff, and I'll ask them, how'd you get buff? They're like, just work out. Okay, come on, you know, give me some more, you know? Lift heavy. Okay, what does that mean, you know? So I will tell you this. I made priorities on things. I made sacrifices on things. I'll be honest, the first couple of years of my business, I made sacrifices. I didn't go to as many family events. I didn't party as much. You know, I had to hold back on certain things. We didn't travel much. We didn't watch many movies, you know? I just didn't want to miss out. One thing we prioritized was learning, sharpening the sword, and constantly learning from those that are doing better than you. Okay? Super Saturday is an event where you're going to see the top people, both those that have made 6-7 figures. And also you're going to see brand new people that are just killing it. And you know what's cool? There are no secrets. In class, if you cheat off of a friend, that's cheating, right? In business, that's just called smart. There are no secrets, they are shared. And this is what I felt. I said, if I can go to an event like this, all right, and this could give me some nuggets that can break through a 6-figure, 7-figure income eventually, is that valuable? So I shifted things up. I remember when I got started, I was 19. I heard of this Super Saturday thing. And I was busy, man. I had class on the Friday. It was a Saturday. It was in SoCal, just like this one. You know? I had my fraternity stuff. And I remember, I think we didn't leave until midnight that Friday. We pulled what was called the red eye, Saturday morning. You know? We shoved ourselves in a car. We were broke, so we couldn't afford our own stuff, you know? We went down. We didn't stay in the hotel that night. We went straight to the hotel. I think we slept 2 hours, but can you call that sleep, you know? And I remember going to this, and I was brand new. I didn't know what to expect, but I just heard what they were saying. They kept on saying all the top money earners go to these events consistently. And I'm like, well, if that's what they did, that's what I should do. And I walked in, because you know what I did? Solidified my belief. All right? Your income is only going to rise to the expectations of people. If you don't believe you can succeed, you're not going to do it. I didn't think you could make money. And then I got people that were just like me that were doing it. And that's what you're doing. You know, if I did not go, I've never missed one of these. Higher career. I never did to. Tired, but it doesn't matter. I want to constantly sharpen the sword. Okay? But better, bring people with you. Because share with you. As your team grows, and there's still time on the clock, there's still a couple of I've always someone from the very last day, isn't it, that gets started and comes down. I saw a person once, she got started on a Thursday, and she had worked that weekend. 2 jobs, you know, from NorCal. It was in San Diego. It was a long drive. And I just threw it out there. Hey, if you're serious, come down. Next thing you know, we're at this event, we're registering, and then I see her there. Not just her, she dragged out the dad so the dad could drive her down there, you know? She rescheduled work, she did everything, and you know what happened? She became a vice president that night. I don't promise you it, but I'll tell you the things you learn here, they could dramatically affect your income. So, of course, if you can't go, have someone go for you, you know? Whatever it takes. But there's a couple days left on the clock. Who here already has one of your tickets for this one? You know? Nice. If not, I recommend get it today. All right. So other than that, guys, after seeing everything, just $20 right now. 25 at the door. Save $5. Go get an In-N-Out burger, you know? So, yeah. After seeing everything, it's real simple. I hope we can see Leslie now, you know? She's in Orange County. Like, she could walk and she could roll there faster than we could drive down there, you know? Seeing everything now. You're going to mean now. A means get started. A means you're excited. What does it take to get started? Your business investment is $35. That's like a movie ticket. That's 2 movie tickets, you know? That's not that bad, you know? But that's the investment, if you want to call it that. I think there's a lot more value than what absolutely. From there, try some products. I'd recommend that if you want to, whatever makes sense. And then from there, get training. What's the number 1 goal? Is that okay if we help you make money? All right. And if you run fast, like what Frank and Mark are doing, you're going to make it quick. All right. And then the goal is, how big can we get it? All right. I want you to be amazed at your impeachment. Where you're like, that changes. You will look at yourself. You will go to work. I remember when I made more in this than my full-time job. I walked to work that next day nuts. Why am I here? But it can build up. Yeah. Tomorrow night right here, we got a training. Great. We'll go over what's called the basic training. All right. B means you got questions. The number one question is, how do I do this? Very simple. Get trained. It's a simple training. Very simple to the point that we've seen people within their first day be able to apply this and make their money back and make a profit. All right. It's not tough, you know? Then from there, if you're a C, you're crying, oh my God, why am I here? If you go that way, I apologize, you know? But your friend brought you here today because they saw opportunity for you to do very well. Because if you understand how this works, in order for anybody to do well, you need to do well. All right? If you don't do well, we don't do well. We're going to make sure we help you do extremely well. I like how that works. Okay? And not try the products, refer some people, but man, we're excited because we know this year, there's still another like 10 months on the clock right now. This is going to be a crazy year. You're going to see stories of breakthrough that we're going to see people that we don't even know right now come out of nowhere and just kill it. And those are going to be the success stories that we're going to brag about. We're going to see more people on this stage that we don't know about. It could be people here. They could be people you know. They could be people that you know that they know too about that, you know? So, of course, why do I bring that up? And do you see potential here? My question, guys, is this. Who here believes ARX is going to be able to grow way bigger than it is right now? This room is not going to be the same size. I already heard of other appointments that are going on this week. I got a call to make right after this, you know? There are people that want to hear what it is that's going on right now. So whether it's now or later, you're going to hear about ARX. My recommendation is get on board while it's so small. You'll be happy about that decision. Try the product experience. If you're real serious, run with the train. Okay? Other than that, we still have room for this weekend. I'll tell you this, it's going to be so much fun. Usually what we do, we go to the event, then from there, we got a team get together. We're going to kick it, you know? Korean barbecue sounds good down in LA. You know? For those that are real serious, the following Sunday, if you want an opportunity to pick the brain person from a self-made multi-millionaire, we're going to have an exclusive event like that. That's a qualifier only one, which is simple. Get your first paycheck, basically. Like, we're going to help you do that. You know, Frank is already qualified for that. All Frank did is he did. Exactly. You know, I bet you're going to learn some nuggets there. It's simple. All Frank did is set up a sample party, got 2 customers. Do that, we can help you do that. Tomorrow, Mark's going to be qualified as well, too. And we have more space. We would love more people there as well, too. If you're serious about that, talk to your friend. And we'll help you put it up. But other than that, after seeing everything, who here can see that ARX is giving them next multi-million? Who here wouldn't mind a big piece of that pie? All right. Other than that, guys, talk to the buddy that brought you here, but you get a fantastic audience. Give yourself a big round of applause.